Hello, good evening there, lads and lasses. What's going on? It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United with another cheeky little evening show for you guys. We're on here for the 10 o'clock show where we discuss all the latest Manchester United news and transfer news and goings on at this football club. And we've got plenty to discuss tonight and get into. It's going to be a raw show. Thank you, every single one of you legends, for getting in here for the start of this one. Make sure you do us a favour at the start of the show, though, and smash that like button on it. Give us a massive thumbs up. You know it makes sense. Share it around on the social medias as well, wherever you want. You can tweet the pin tweet at the top of the live chat there, guys. Get in there and give us a cheeky little share around. You know, it is the best way to be. That's right. So, thank you for joining us, guys. Make sure you subscribe also if you're new to the channel. Get your thoughts and opinions throughout the show. We will have a big Q&A, obviously, throughout the show. And we will, of course, have one at the end of the stream as well. Just to kick things off, Gungshi has gifted out 5 memberships on the channel. Gungshi, come on. Get in there, you beautiful man. Thank you so much indeed there to the Don, Mr. Gungshi, for gifting out 5 memberships at the start of this show. What an absolute legend. He must be buzzing his tits off or something about the possibility of finally getting rid of that slabbo Maguire wannabe and that absolute meltoid Mr. Shotty McShotbag. We're going to get into all the latest news very, very soon. But Mr. Gungshi, thank you so much indeed there, bro, for gifting out 5 members on the channel, mate. Nick S, welcome. Roy the Boy Kino, Avram Glazers, Ponytail, 2020, and McGraby, welcome to the Bacon Brigade. Shout out to Gungshi for gifting out those 5 memberships. That's absolutely class, mate. Love that. Thank you so much to the Don. Get some mad love hearts in there for Don Gungshi. I appreciate you, Gungshi. That is a positive way to start the show off on, amidst what's going to be a negative start to the show, really. Because I'm going to go in there, mother chuffing raw now, guys, on Manchester United and our greedy bastard recruitment / outgoing / transfer department, whatever you want to call them. Bunch of fucking merchants they are of gash. And the reason I say that is, bloody hell, McTominay, new bid, 30 million quid, and we've rejected it. You what? Somebody was prepared to give us £30 million for Scotty McShotbag, and we said no. That's absolutely mental. So I'm lost for words. Let's just lay the foundations. So we know that there was an improved bid for Harry Maguire, obviously from West Ham earlier on. Manchester United received a bid of £30 million for Slabbo Maguire. That one, as far as I've heard, is not dead in the water just yet. Surely Manchester United have to accept that offer for Harry Maguire. 30 million smackaroonies for the human slabinator. It's an unbelievable offer. I'm surprised we managed to get an extra £10 million out of West Ham for Harry Maguire, who, let's face it, is about as useful as a bog brush in the woods. You know, he's not exactly that useful, this guy, is he? I mean, I would literally piggyback Harry Maguire all the way to London from Manchester, 100 odd miles or whatever it is, on my back, the human slab. I will carry him. I will break my back in order to take him to London to get rid of that guy for £30 million. And I stand to make no profit during this deal. I stand to have a health increase, though, with Harry Maguire not being in my team. That's the reality. So, you know, I'll do anything in my powers to get rid of that complete human slab. And I'll deliver a case of Iron Brew to Scott Mctominay every single bloody week if he prepares to go as well. So these guys, hopefully they want to go, but it's not down to that. It's obviously also down to Manchester United accepting these bids. Now, the first bid for Harry Maguire, £30 million, that's a fucking cracking bid, guys. It's not going to get much better than that. United apparently are maybe holding out for a bit more cash. So apparently, if we have a look at some of the reports that are coming out, we're looking for closer to £35 million. Goodness me, talking about clutching at straws here. Crikey, £30 million, £35 million, £25 million. Sell the human slabinator. Just get it done. What do you think, guys? Do you think we should sell at £30 million, which is where their latest bid from West Ham? Or do you think we should wait and try and get a bit more cash? Let's have a little vote in the chat, guys. Sell or wait? Sell or wait? What do you think we should do? Crikey, if we get too greedy on this one, we could risk completely losing this transfer deal. I mean, I would sell him for less than 30 million, as we've gone over many, many times. The fact that we've actually got an extra 10 million out of West Ham here, surely we've got to get this guy's bags packed and escort him down to London. You know, it's a no-brainer from our board and, you know, our owners or whoever the hell is fundamentally making the key decision here. We've got to sell this guy. The transfer department at Manchester United stands to make a big old juicy wad of cash. It pays for Sofyan Amrabat, guys. If we get rid of Slabo Maguire, it pays for Sofyan Amrabat outright in terms of wages and in terms of the fee. It's a no-brainer. You'd have to have a concrete slab of a head not to want to do this deal at Manchester United. So I don't even want to hear us talk about the potential of us trying to get an extra £5 million out of West Ham for Harry Maguire. Screw that noise, guys. That's just greed. That's utter greediness. They've put a very good offer on the table for this man. It's not their fault that we paid 80 million for the guy. So 30 million quid for Harry Maguire based on him being paid a couple of 100,000 plus a week. Can you believe that guy got an increase in his wages after Champions League qualification? Absolute shambles. Shambles of a run club this, to be fair. Increasing Harry's wages. Unbelievable, really, but he is on big money at the club, couple 100,000 a week. Because of that, West Ham don't want to pay an absolute fortune for this guy. I'm actually surprised that they've gone as high as they have done. Smasher 1 if you're surprised that they've come back with £30 million offer, guys. I thought they'd come back with 25. I thought maybe we could fundamentally get 30 from them down the road. But I am surprised myself that they've even come in with such an increased offer. They've literally increased their initial offer by 50%. The initial offer was 20 million and now they've come in with 30 million pounds. And this guy, look at all these ones coming in the chat. Everybody's surprised about this one. West Ham doing the right thing and putting in a sensible offer, a good offer. Not just a sensible offer, but a very good offer for this guy. And Man United, if we get too greedy, we risk losing this sale. We don't want to do that. We want to do a bit of business with them. It actually makes a lot of sense to sell them for 30 mil. It's cash back for Manchester United, pays for Sofyan Amrabat. Plus, it's not asking for too much from West Ham. 35, 40 million as we were reported to want. That's far too much money for this human slabinator. We've got to do business at a fair price. And £30 million with the wages that he's on is an absolute fair price. In fact, it's better than fair for United. It's better than fair. We stand to make a good amount of cash and go and improve our side and get these guys off of our wages. So don't be too greedy, Manchester United. Let's do the deal with West Ham here for Harry Maguire. Let's not get carried away here and ask for 35 million and go back and try and renegotiate. They've already done the business necessary, in my opinion, for us to sell the guy. But there are lots of reports, coming out that we're looking for an improved bid. We've rejected an offer of £30 million for Scott Mctominay, as I say. £30 million for Scott Mctominay. So they were prepared to pay us £60 million for both of these guys. And we could have got them both off of our books at the same time in one fell swoop. Why do we have to fanny around like a bunch of fannies all the time? Apparently they want £45 million for Scott McTominay. Goodness me. Our transfer gurus at the club are living in absolute cloud fucku land, aren't they, with an idea like that, of actually wanting 45 mil for Scotty McTominay? Are they mental? What are they expecting to get? I mean, goodness me, maybe they are in their rights to renegotiate and try and negotiate and try and get a little bit more cash. Of course, we want to do that, just like we did with Harry Maguire. We rejected the initial 20 and they've come back with 30. You never accept the first offer. And they've offered, 30 million for Scott McTominay and 30 million for Maguire, and we've outright rejected it. Surely there's got to be a deal that can be done here with West Ham. So McTominay's not on as big a wages, but because they're buying two players from us, it's like maybe they feel like they should get a little bit of added value here. And I think that they should too. They're doing us a double favour here. They're doing us a massive solid. David Moyes is sorting us right out, to be fair, the Ginger Goblin. He's sorting us right out. And I think we probably should have accepted that bid for Scott McTominay. But let's just ask the live chat here, guys. Scott McTominay for 30 million, which is what we've rejected tonight. That's the latest reports. We have indeed rejected Scotty. Would you have sold him or would you keep him? Let us know for that price. But like I say, we are understandably trying to get more cash for the guy. So here's a report that says West Ham's 30 million bid for Harry Maguire is much closer to Man United's valuation of 35 million. And in regards to both of these guys, so look, from what we understand, it's not necessarily a double transfer offer here. It's obviously two separate transfers, but they've offered it for two players at the same sort of a time. Lots of people saying sell him ASAP. 30 million for Scott is a fantastic amount of money to receive as well. He's crap, guys. Oh my God. I've been watching this guy stink up the gaff for several seasons now, getting a D rating every single bloody year. He's an absolute bag of crap. Let's stop sugarcoating it, guys. What's the point of sugarcoating things? Scott McTominay's a bang average player. Look average. Goodness me, if he was a sandwich, at McDonald's, he'd be a fucking fillet of fish. You know what I'm saying? He's fucking bang average stinking up the gaff, mate. Nobody orders that when they go to Mackie D's, do they? Come on. He's a bang average melter, muck average. He sounds like a fucking McDonald's menu option for a start. What a shit bloody player. Honestly, let's stop pretending. The guy's wank. 40 million, 45 million pounds, Manchester United want to get for that guy. Crikey. We are greedy. 30 million pounds, I'd have snatched David Moyes' hand off there and taken his wrist along with it. Absolutely unbelievable. United, thank you for your super chat here, boss. He says, Pig, they demanded 105 million for Rice, 40 for Scott. Yeah, because Rice is younger, better, English, and way better than Scott Mctominay, to be honest. I honestly do think Rice is a very, very good player. They got too much money for him. Yes, that's the fault of Arsenal for being a whole bunch of giant mugs and paying that amount of money. That doesn't mean just because they paid that or they received that money for Declan Rice that they should be paying that amount for McTominay, mate. No, that's crazy, man. That's absolutely ridiculous. That's not how it works. You pay the market value for a player. And unfortunately, McTominay's nowhere near as good as Declan Rice. McTominay's a cash bag of a player, guys. He's average as fuck. I'd rather have a tin of Iron Brew out on the pitch playing for us some weeks. He's that bad. So, as far as us accepting an offer for Scott McTominay goes for 30 million, I feel like we should have accepted it. Especially when you couple it with the fact that they've prepared a double bid to go and get Harry Maguire off of our books at the same time. It's a steal. It's a deal. It's the sale of the fucking century. But unfortunately, Manchester United got our head in the sand, it seems. But look, new reports say that we want 75 million for both of these guys. So check this out. Here's a report. And it says Man United would accept an offer in the region of 40 to 45 million pounds for Scott McTominay, and they want about 35 million pounds for Harry Maguire. Too much money, guys. We're being greedy. We can get these players off of our books, but we have to play ball with West Ham here. Look, 30 million for Maguire. They've already come back with a 10 million pound improved offer. If it comes out tonight or tomorrow or anytime soon that Man United have rejected that 30 million pounds offer, I am going to lose my shit. This is the perfect chance for us to get rid of this melter. You can see the qualities of this player week to week, stinking up the gaff. The pressure's got to him. He's a complete slabby-headed melt. He's like watching a bloody bobblehead out there, guys. It's a horrendous task, just an undertaking, watching that guy play every single fucking week and stink up the gaff. And he's not even going to play all the time now. He's just simply going to be a backup. So why would you want to try and insult West Ham? Because that's what it would be, you know. Insult West Ham by trying to get an extra £5 million for the Harry Maguire deal. You could completely scupper the deal by doing this. We don't want to do that. We should just cut, shut and run on Harry Maguire. Shake their hand. Thank you very much, Ginger Goblin. You are indeed a complete mug. Enjoy your Rentford rejects wannabes. And see you later on. We'll see you in the season when we drop you up 5-0 and Harry scores 2 OGs for us. You know what I mean? Goodness me. And then the Scott McTominay deal, apparently we want 40 to 45 million. It's far too much money. We're asking for way too much cash. We're greedy. Just get the deals done and get rid of these players off of our books immediately. That's all I want to hear. So it's understood, you know, here's a report that we've rejected the bid. Unfortunately, that seems to be the case, that we have indeed rejected the offer for Scott McTominay. Fabrizio says Manchester United rejected a £30 million bid from West Ham for Scott McTominay. Up to West Ham whether they want to bid again or move on. Man United negotiating the Harry Maguire deal and remain... But talks are ongoing and not at an advanced stage. How are they not at an advanced stage right now? They should be as advanced as Harry Maguire's in a bubble bath with David Moyes having a glass of champagne right now, if you ask me. Goodness me, I'd have hand-delivered the twat there and forced him into David Moyes' hot tub. You know what I mean? Like, what the hell? Let's get this deal done. Then we can go and buy Sofian Amrabat. That's what I don't understand. We're fanning around, waiting all summer long for this guy to come in now. Sofian's turned into a bit of a pig-in saga. You know, why are we not already having that guy in? We could easily sell Maguire, get rid of that wanker, and then get a new player in just like that. Just like that, but we're being too greedy yet again. There were reports earlier on that there was a double bid. Laurie Whitwell from The Athletic reporting this. By the way, guys, if you're just getting in here, do us a favour and smash that thumbs up button. Hang on, my phone's out of charge. Let's charge this up. Need the charger cable. Do us a favour, smash that like button on this video if you're just getting in here. Give us a massive like spike. Help us get up the old YouTube algorithm listings, etc. by smashing that thumbs up button. drop a little like on it, guys. That would be awesome. And also, if you're new to the channel, smash the subscribe button. We're on our way to 73,000 subscribers. Oh! And Manchester United want to be on their way to £73 million combined total amount of money for these pigging losers, Maguire and McTominay. Unreal scenes. But yes, do hit the subscribe if you're new to the channel and get involved. And also smash that like button. You know it helps us out big time. Nice one. All right, okay. So, yes, look, it's understood that West Ham United made a double bid for Harry Maguire and Scott McTominay worth £60 million, getting towards the money that Man United may accept. The sense is that West Ham is tempting Maguire, given the game time needed for England. Eric Ten Hag wants to keep McTominay, but would sanction his big sale. What do you mean Eric Ten Hag wants to keep McTominay? I rated Eric Ten Hag. Surely he doesn't rate McTominay after seeing the level of shite he's put out for him every single week. And maybe he rates him as a backup because we need some players in that midfield. But surely if he can sell McTominay for a half-decent amount of cash and go and reinvest it in the likes of Sofiane Amrabat and maybe even this Leonardo forward Brazilian vibes and Jean-Claire Todibo at the back, surely he sees the benefit in doing that. So, you know, okay, to say that McTominay is valued by Eric Ten Hag, maybe he's valued about as much as a coaster in the fucking office so you don't stay in the bloody wood when you put your cup of tea down. You know, yeah, okay, he has some value, but, you know, fundamentally, if that coaster gets ruined, you have to chuck it in the bin. It's no fucking big deal, is it? You just get another one, a better one, ideally. So, you know, I don't really understand this. We've got to get rid of this guy from our midfield. He's bang average. Never really understood the appeal in Scott McTominay. Yes, he's a big Scottish lummox. Yes, he's a big, strong lad. Oh, so what? You know, who cares? He's technically guff. He can't pass the ball around. He can't keep hold of the ball for love nor money. He gives it away all the time. You know? So, Scott McTominay, not technically good enough for Eric Ten Hag's style of play either. You know, we're trying to do things with an evolution. A new way of playing under Eric Ten Hag at Manchester United. Not just doing the same old hot potato shite football, mate. We need to mash this potato and get him gone. You know, let's make a haggis out of this guy and sell him off. I've had enough of Scott McTominay at Manchester United. So the amount of money involved doesn't even concern me. Yes, I get Manchester United should be trying to negotiate, but if these reports that we want £45 million for McTominay are indeed true, we're mental and we need our heads testing, guys. It's far too much cash. Perhaps there could be a bidding war going on for Scott McTominay. As we've heard, there's several clubs that may actually be interested in them. Don't know why, but some of these clubs apparently featured who are interested in him are Roma over Jose Mourinho, obviously likes a challenge. Apparently Eddie Howe at Newcastle United would be keen on Scott McTominay. Like, here's another report this evening that says that due to some of the transfer movement that's taken place, perhaps Newcastle United could show their hand soon and maybe have a bid for Scott McTominay. Could you imagine, guys, if we were to sell Scott McTominay for £45 million? It would be the most insane piece of business I've ever heard. Newcastle United could still act on their interest in Scott McTominay depending on their other deals. Could you imagine a reality where Man United actually managed to get £75 million for Scott McTominay and Maguire? I'd have to say that would be some of the best transfer business I've ever seen Manchester United do. I have to say that. I mean, if United were able to get that sort of cash, it's faultless transfer dealings. It really is, because both of these guys are super overrated and they're paid reasonable amounts of cash as well. And it would be impossible to think we could get any more money than that. So if we could get £75 million for both of those guys, wow, goodness me, what a tremendous bit of transfer dealings. The reality is, though, I don't think we will quite get that much, but just the fact that West Ham have upped their offer to £30 million for Maguire makes us think we could get maybe close to an extra 5 or even 10 million for Scott McTominay now. If they've bid 30 and we've rejected it for Scotty, there's still negotiations for Harry Maguire taking place right now. I'm not at an advanced stage. Personally think that we will accept the Harry Maguire offer for 30 million. If we reject it, I'm going to be pissed off, guys, as I'm sure a lot of you guys are, because we're being too greedy on Maguire's situation. He is worth selling for 30 million, absolutely. McTominay, a little bit younger, less money that he's being paid weekly, so there is more added value there in terms of initial transfer fee. Let's ask the live chat, guys. How much do you think we should be asking for Scott McTominay? So let's just say Maguire sells for 30. We may end up asking for more, but at this stage, let's just say he sells for 30. How much should we be asking for Scott McTominay? I think you can't really argue with asking for a little bit more cash. 35 million. See you later on, Scotty. Go on, West Ham. You bid 30. It's a good offer, but let's have another cheeky 5 mil. Chuck it on there, David Moyes. You can have both of them for £65 million. You know, that's what you can have. 30 is fair, Nick-Nack. I agree with you. 40 says Mark. 25 says Mike. 35 says Pity Funk. Dead Rebel says 30 to 40. 35 to 40. 45 says it's only me, Mick. Yeah, exactly. He is younger. That's why he's going to cost more money. And he's on less money as well per week. That's why he's going to cost more money. And arguably, he's got a higher ceiling than Slavo Maguire as well. So he is more value than Harry Maguire. I completely agree. But he's not really that good. 35 mil says Rewind. 46 mil for McTominay says Batman. 30 mil's fair. 20. They offer 25 for Maguire. I'd take it. McTominay 35. Yeah, well, they've offered 30 for Maguire at this moment in time and 30 for McTominay. That's a combination of 60 million for both of these two players who are understandably gash. And we could certainly do better than, if you ask me, with the same amount of money or less. Like Amrabat is due to cost us around about 30 million euros. He's better than Scott McTominay. If we can get 40 million euros for Scott McTominay and go and buy Amrabat for 10 million less, what an upgrade that is and what an immense bit of business it is for United. Rushy says 35 million max. Totally with you, boss. I think if we're lucky, 35 million is the figure. And I think we will get that actually from West Ham. I think if you look at the way the negotiations have gone, they've come in for a bid for Harry Maguire for 20 million and we've managed to get an extra 10 million out of it. They clearly want to play ball. They've not gone in with their absolute best and final offer for Scott McTominay either. That's their opening bid for Scott McTominay. So we probably will end up saying to them, hey, look, David Moyes, lad, and the Ginger Goblin Society, let's get 40 million from you guys. And they may well meet us in the middle there. So I firmly believe we'll get 65 million pounds for both of these two players, which is a tremendous piece of business. If we were to get 75, it would be the absolute best piece of transfer dealings I've seen United do in a long time. So, you know, we'll see how it materialises over the next coming days. We're expecting that United will probably accept that offer from West Ham for Maguire because it's just too good. Though I would not be surprised, guys. I would not be surprised if Manchester United reject it and ask for a bit too much more. We are a disgrace when it comes to, you know, trying to actually value in these players sensibly. Like, what's going on? What do you think, guys? Do you think we will reject or accept West Ham's £30 million offer for Maguire? We're waiting to hear confirmation of that. We know we've rejected McTominay offer for 30 million. Will we accept or reject West Ham's £30 million offer for Maguire? What do you think? I would not be surprised if we rejected it. You viewed, thank you for your super chat here, my son. He says 2 cans of Iron Brew and a pack of pork scratchings. Well, that's about right, isn't it? That's the value of Scotty McTominay as well. That's what I think as well. I don't know how we'd get so much. Yes, indeed, we smashed 72.9k subs earlier on. Absolutely. Everybody, if you're new, hit the subscribe button and help us get to 73k. Reject, accept, reject, probably reject. Oh my God, surely we've got to accept it. I know, a lot of you are probably right that we might reject the Maguire deal. Accept says Rory, accept says Rewind. We suck at business. Yeah, if we reject the Maguire offer, that's ridiculous. I'm with you, Massey. I understand rejecting the Scott McTominay deal at this moment in time to try and get a little bit more because it's the first portion of the negotiations for Scott McTominay. But in regards to Harry Maguire, mate, snatch their fucking hand off, mate. I'm so passionate about this, guys. I'm so passionate about this. We've got to get rid of this fucking guy. Goodness me. We've got literally a corpse, a rotting corpse of a man. Frankenstein's fucking monster at Manchester United currently. And we've got the opportunity to sell this guy for money. Goodness me, he's on the verge of being another unflushable Phil Jones turd of a man at the football club, and we won't accept 30 mil for the guy. Goodness me! Come on, please! I hope we get to see some images of Ten Hag chauffeuring Harry Maguire away from the football club tomorrow. You know, maybe dragging him on the back of a van or something, you know? Like, what's going on there? Why the hell haven't we accepted West Ham's offer yet for Maguire? How is he still here? Why haven't we signed Sofian Amrabat yet? There's so many questions I have with the running of this football club. Sorry, Red Devils Gaming. He says, I missed his super chat. Let's have a look. Red Devils Gaming, thanks for sending in a super chat here, my son. Let's go and have a look. Red Devils Gaming, that's not a super chat, mate. That's a highlighted member comment, my son. But I did miss it. He says, Slab, 40 million easy. Scott won't go with Fred Donny going, says Red Devils Gaming. No, you don't think so. You don't think Scotty will go if Donny and Fred go. So the latest on Donny and Fred, fair play. Good point now. I like your style. It's a nice point you make. That's 3 midfielders we'd be getting rid of, right? But you forget a couple of things. You forget that we've got some good youngsters coming through. You also forget that our plan is to go and sign Sofian Amrabat, who's like an actual baller in midfield who's better than all of these shite bags we're selling. So yes, Donny van de Beek is of interest to Real Sociedad. That's being discussed right now. Fred is the target for several clubs. So at this moment, let me get the Fred information up on the screen for you. So Fred and Donny latest, there's obviously information coming out all the time about these two that they are expected to be sold very, very soon. Laurie Whitwell says Real Sociedad continuing to chat with Man United over Donny van de Beek, and there's been Turkish offers for Fred, but not at the level hoped, though. 2 midfield sales would mean a formal approach for Sofyan Amrabat. That's what we've heard all this time, that we'd have to sell those two in order to get Sofyan Amrabat. That's what we've heard. But we're also working on the Maguire sale at this moment in time and the McTominay sale. And there's also reported bids from Saudi Arabia. Here's another update that just says that an unnamed Saudi Arabian club has had a bid accepted by Manchester United for Fred, but Turkish and Premier League clubs are also courting him. The player will announce his new destination before the end of the week. So hopefully we won't have too long to wait on the Fred situation. And that is going to have a knock-on effect with Sofyan Amrabat, of course. But goodness me, I don't agree with that personally, to be honest with you, Red Devils, my son. I personally think that if we can sell McTominay for 35 million, that money is better used to reinvest in another player. Maybe sign another midfielder, but fundamentally we'd still have decent options in that midfield, wouldn't we? It just means that we have to give a youngster an opportunity. So we'd still have Sofyan Amrabat if we sign him. We'd have Eriksen. We'd have, of course, Bruno Fernandes. We'd have Casemiro. And then we've got a few youngsters that could come in and do a good job for us. Why not? I'd rather at least give an opportunity to a youngster as a backup. You got players like Mejbri. You got players like Kobbie Mainoo, Gore. There's various youngsters that I would rather see put in there and maybe nurtured and given opportunities to shine and develop and actually get better and actually maybe get to be a proper standard Manchester United player in the future than Scott McTominay. So I know what you're saying. It's unlikely that we'd sell 3 midfielders in one sitting and then only go and get one more midfielder. But what if we were to go out there and sign another midfielder as well? Or what if we were just to promote some of these youngster players to the first one? It can't get much worse is all I'm saying. McTominay's not it. I'd rather see us take a chance on a young player, to be fair. And out of the 3 players that we just mentioned, Fred, McTominay and Donny van de Beek, the one that I would be most inclined to keep is probably Donny at this stage because of his good pre-season and his passing ability that would maybe fit into what we're trying to do more so than the other two, who are hot potato merchants and literally give the ball away every bloody day, every time they play, all the time. So, I can't see us keeping McTominay even if we sell Donny van de Beek and Fred. I just can't see it. What's the point of keeping him? Not when there's a good offer on the table already from West Ham. 30 million is a fantastic offer for Scott McTominay. I wouldn't give you that for him. I believe he's worth about 25 million in all honesty. I think the fact West Ham have done that deal with Declan Rice and have that money sat there does play into United's hands and obviously makes the potential transfer fee that they're offering have to go up a little bit just because we know they're sitting on a big wad of cash, rightly or wrongly. I think that is true. It's like when people always ask for extra money from Manchester United because they know we've got the money. It's the same deal here. So yes, they are going to have to pay a little bit of a premium to get Scotty McTominay, plus it's a rival Premier League side. Right, let's talk about this. Is there a possibility that these guys don't want to go? Thank you, Zay Miyasi, for getting in here with a super chat, lad. Come on, he's got a super sticker with a pair putting his big thumbs up there. Thank you, Zane. I guess you're telling people to smash that like button. Yes, guys, if you're just getting in here, 341 legends, smash the like. We got 144 likes with 341 legends in it. You what? You what? Lowballing. You're lowballing us like bloody West Ham guys. I'm just kidding, but smash the like button. Help us get to 169 likes if you haven't done so. And hit the subscribe. We're creeping up there, my friends. Oh, yes. Smack a like on the video like Zane Miyasi says there. Nice one. Thanks, Zane. Right, so listen, will Maguire and McTominay want to go? This is the big question. So Maguire may well have to. If he wants to get in Gareth Southgate's European Championship squad for England, if he wants to be playing at the back and getting opportunities to play in probably what's going to be maybe his last international tournament with England. Can't imagine he'll be featuring a couple of years' time in the World Cup. But if he wants to play in that tournament, he's going to have to be playing regular football. He can't be sitting on the bench, collecting dust and playing behind all of Manchester United players that are in front of him. We know that he's like 6th choice at the very least at Manchester United. Ten Hag would even play Luke Shaw out of position than play the human slabby at the back. That's a fact. He's shown that last season. He'd rather play Lindelof. He'd rather play, obviously, Varane and Martinez. And we're even potentially signing Johnny Evans just so we don't have to play that fucking monolith. Imagine Man United managing to get 30 million quid selling a monolith. It's a fucking brilliant piece of business from Man United. So surely he's got to go. But Also, from his point of view, as long as West Ham are prepared to offer similar sorts of money, and he's not going to be taking a huge pay cut going to West Ham, which surely they're not even going to be bothering trying to propose that based on what they know that he's paid. Surely they're not going to go and lowball Harry Maguire. They're going to give him sort of parity, I'd imagine, with what he's getting at Manchester United at this stage. Surely, otherwise, why waste anybody's time? Then that means that he'll probably want to go and play for them. So I think Maguire will go to West Ham. I honestly do. Because it's a good opportunity for him to be the Billy Big Bollocks. He likes being a Billy Big Bollocks, doesn't he, Harry Maguire? He does. Not only a monster cranium, but also a Billy Big Bollocks. He said he's going around the gaff with his bollocks on display all the time, saying, oh, every manager loves me. Every manager thinks I'm quality. That's why they all play me. I know the fans think I'm shit, but all the managers think I'm the fucking Don. That's why I'm in England's team. That's why I've been in every Man United team since I've come in. Because everyone thinks I'm a fucking beast. This is what he thinks about himself, right? He's not going to take kindly to being sixth choice at Manchester United. No, he wants to be the Billy Big Bollocks, and I'm sure he'd even rather go to a smaller football club. West Ham is smaller, but it's still a good club, than be a bit part player at Manchester United. Doesn't strike me as the sort of guy that will be prepared to sit out. Plus, it could put his England place in jeopardy. So I think Maguire will go. What do you reckon, guys? Do you think he'll stay or go? Have a vote in the live chat here, but I think he will go this summer. There's a good offer on the table. They'll pay his wages. He'll get the opportunity to play for England, and he'll be a Billy Big Bollocks over there at West Ham. Lots of people saying go. Quite a lot of people saying stay, though. Okay, fair enough. Well, Scott Mctominay, on the other hand, hey there, Travis, what's going on, lad? He says go. Yes, absolutely. I think he will fundamentally go. Stay, go. It's actually very mixed in the live chat here, as you can see on the right in the live chat. But for Scott Mctominay, on the other hand, though, it's a little bit more complex. So, okay, we might have a good offer on the table coming again, and maybe an improved offer on the initial £30 million offer that we've rejected. That doesn't mean Scott McTominay's going to want to go. Scott McTominay already is a bit part player at Manchester United. He's used to being a backup merchant, isn't he? And he might feel, with his big Scottish plums, like he can get back into the side. Or that he's used to playing a bit part role and he likes playing this smaller role in a massive club that is Manchester United. That might be the case. He might already be resigned to the fact he's not going to play all that much because he doesn't play week to week. Let's face it, last season he wasn't our first choice. He did play a reasonable amount because we just don't have the options in midfield there. But I think he's already used to being a bit of a backup. So McTominay, because of that and the fact that, he's also a shoo-in for Scotland. Like, McTominay could literally play for Kettering Town and still play for Scotland. You know what I mean? Like, that's not the issue there, is it? Like, he's definitely getting in the Scotland team. He could actually retire from football and keep himself available for international football and still get selected. That's how much Scotland needs Scott McTominay, to be fair. But Maguire, on the other hand, he's got to be playing regularly to guarantee his starting spot in that England national side, I think. But McTominay, no, I don't think it matters as much about that. Scotland needs Scott McTominay, and he knows that. So he could go and play for West Ham and still get in the team, or he could probably still get in the team hardly playing at all and just being a backup at Manchester United. That's probably fair. So from that regard, I don't know if Scott McTominay shares that same drive as Harry Maguire to go and play for West Ham. Only time will tell, and whether or not he agrees and accepts the offer that could potentially come in his way to go and live in and play for West Ham in London. Get Maguire gone. He's gassed, says Travis. Absolutely. Thank you for the super chat, Chloe Jenkins. Let's go. She says Scott's girlfriend lives in London. There you go. There you go. Get gone. Get gone, Scotty McTominay. To be fair, that might be one reason why he doesn't go there. You know what I mean? He might like the setup at the moment. You know what I'm saying? Sees her occasionally, weekend misses, it works well. You know what I'm saying? Too much of anything could be problematic. You know what I'm saying? That might actually deny him. But no, that's awesome though, Chloe Jenkins. Okay, let's hope that that's the case and he wants to go and be with his missus then. Please, Scott's girlfriend, please convince him to go and live with you or something. Please. Trix FM, thank you very much for getting your highlighted comment in here, being a member for 21 months. Come on, let's be having you. Can we get some love in the chat here for Trix FM? Thank you, Trix. He comments and he says, go on, Piggy. Get Slabby out. He's done his part. He's done his part? What does that mean, he's done his part? I think you mean he's had his chance and he's fucking melted. Done his part sort of sounds like he's done his bit and he's actually pulled his weight and he's been all right. He hasn't done his part. He's done a big fucking shot is what he's done at the back for Manchester United for 4 years now, bad. He's not done his part. He's fucking shat his pants. That's what he's done. And Maguire, for me, is just obviously time to part ways. I know what you're saying, though. He's had his chances, is what you mean. You mean he's had his chance. He's fucking failed. And now it's time to move on. That's what I feel as well. Time to move on from the big slabbo at the back stinking up the gaff, mate. A fucking monolith of a man. Let's move him on, guys. Doesn't take a genius to work out United's a better team without Harry Maguire in the lineup. Plus, let's face it, Ten Hag doesn't rate him. Ten Hag wouldn't have stripped him from the captaincy if he rated him. Ten Hag wouldn't have dropped him out of the team last season and elected to play left backs in front of him if he rated him. And we saw Ten Hag's comments after the last game yesterday in pre-season. Ten Hag literally said that goal that we conceded was stupid. And who was responsible for conceding that goal? It was Harry Maguire. He thinks he's a big stupid defender. And he's right. He's right. He's a St. Bernard of a player, this guy. He is. He's a big slobbering mess at the back for Manchester United. It's time that we moved on from him. So Erik Ten Hag, I think, has obviously been quite ruthless with his player departures. He knows what's going on with Harry Maguire. He doesn't like the style of play that he offers him. He can pass, he can head, but that's about it. He's a big lummox of a player for Ten Hag. Ten Hag wants more technical players. That's why we've got the butcher, Lisandro Martinez, there, who's got a bit of skill about him. He's got that passing ability. He might not be the tallest, might not be the strongest, but he's a bulldog. He's got the right mentality, and he's technically very good. That's what Ten Hag's looking for. He's looking for technique. The only technique Slabby Maguire has is the ability to win a pie eating contest sat next to Luke Shaw in a double tag team, because he's a big unit. But other than that, he's struggling to actually, do much out there. He can pass it around, to be fair to him, can't he? He's a decent passer of the ball. But fuck me, every other aspect of his defensive abilities is apparently gash. He's not really good enough when it comes to the positioning. He's not even that great defending in the air, if you ask me. For somebody so big, he's actually subpar. He can't really jump. I know he jumped yesterday and got the assist, which was a good assist, but usually he's rooted to the spot like a fucking tree, this man. And, he doesn't read the game well. He's slow in the legs and slow in the mind. He doesn't read the game well at all. So, yeah, I think Ten Hag is happy to get rid of this guy for £30 million. Let's not be greedy here, Manchester United. There's a perfect opportunity for us to cash in on this guy and get him off of our books and go and buy Sofian Amrabat or Todibo or who else. And that may well be the case. We may well now look to go and get a new defender in there. Perhaps Jean-Claude Todibo could be coming in as a replacement for Harry Maguire. I would like to see it, guys. I really would. So let's give you the latest sort of reports on the screen, though. In the bottom right-hand corner there for the Twitter, everybody, and just show you what is being said in this sort of situation. So, McTominay bid rejected. Fabrizio said it. There is an improved bid expected to be coming in very, very, very soon, though, for both of these players. So maybe not Harry Maguire, because I think that negotiation has reached its climax. I can't imagine we'd be getting more money than 30 million for Harry, but it's understood that we want 35 million for him, which is ridiculous. Don't think we'll get any more from them. But Graham Bailey's reporting that Manchester United are considering, West Ham, Manchester United are considering an improved bid for Harry Maguire and Scott McTominay, So we're considering improved bids, and we're expecting that there may well be, we've rejected Scott McTominay's, obviously, and we are reportedly on the verge of maybe accepting Harry Maguire's, but we might just ask for a little bit more because you know what United's like. And we're expecting an improved offer for Scott McTominay also, because that is the initial opening offer from West Ham for Scotty of 30 million. We've rejected it. We want probably to try go back there. Maybe we will ask for 45 million. Maybe we'll ask for 40 million. I think fundamentally we'll end up selling him for 35 million pounds. And 65 million pounds, if we could receive that for both Harry Maguire and Scott McTominay, it's a tremendous piece of transfer dealings from Manchester United. Get in there, my son. Maybe even might have the money actually pushed up a little bit for Scott McTominay because of other outside interest from different teams. Newcastle might come in and have a cheeky little try for him. Roma might have a little try for him. It's unlikely, but that might have some effect in actually pushing the Scott McTominay transfer up a little bit. So I think 35 million's fair. I think 30 million's fair, to be honest. I'd have snapped their hand off, as I say. But that's not the case. Apparently United do want to get 40 million. So the Times, as you can see from this particular update right here, let me put this up on the screen. The Times are suggesting that we want to get 40 million pounds. So United want at least 40 million pounds for Scott McTominay as per the Times. West Ham's 30 million pound bid rejected. 35 million price tag on Harry Maguire as well. So we want a little bit more for Harry Maguire. West Ham are very close on that front. Yes, so just to reiterate, West Ham are close to signing Harry Maguire. Let's just be fair here. There's a few ways it could fall down. Like I say, does Harry want to go and play for West Ham? I think he will, because it will help him get into the England team. And as long as he's being paid the same amount of money, he can go there and be a Billy Big Bollocks fish in a small pond full of tiny testicled people. And he can be the Billy Big Bollocks around there, can't he? That's what he likes to do. And therefore, it will give us the cash, and Maguire probably will want to go. He gets a lot of abuse at Manchester United, let's be honest. There's so much pressure on Harry Maguire. There will not be anywhere near the pressure at West Ham, because West Ham are a bottle job club, guys. They're literally not expected to win every single week. They're lucky if they win 50% of the time, or, if they're lucky if they don't lose 50% of the time. They are that sort of club. They're a mid-table side. So he will fit them right down to the ground, and he'll be probably happier there from a mental standpoint. Do you know what? I always hear about these people saying, oh, boo-hoo, why are you slagging off Harry Maguire? It's bullying. Oh, cry. He's a human being with feelings and all this shit. Fucking hell, mate, he's on 200 grand a week to be shite at the club. Goodness me, you can hurt my feelings for 200 grand a week, I tell you. And I'll tell you something, he's got the choice to go elsewhere as well. He doesn't have to stay at United taking the torrent of abuse from Manchester United fans, does he? He doesn't have to stay there getting booed by the Dublin crowd. No, he's got an option to leave. I think the fan base is split on Harry Maguire, but a lot of the fan base, myself included, have had enough of the guy. We know that he's not up to the United standard. And so, therefore, see you later on, Harry. You can go and play for a different team and not have that level of pressure or hatred from the fan base on your shoulders, It's that simple. If you're not happy here, go elsewhere. So I really hope there's nothing that's holding Slabby Maguire back from a move. Would be lovely if that's the case. It's understood that it is two separate bids, by the way, for McTominay and Maguire. So just to clarify, there were some reports earlier saying it was like a double offer. Technically, it is a double offer because there's two different offers on the table. But they are different offers. So we have an understanding that Man United are considering... Oh, no, hang on, that's the wrong one. But apparently it's two separate offers anyway. Hang on. Two separate offers for these players, obviously. Yes, this is it. So the bid for Harry Maguire and Scott McTominay are two separate bids, and it doesn't depend on each other. Yeah, they don't depend on each other. Obviously, we're not going to just, reject both of these deals if we can only get 30 million for Maguire and they don't want to go to 40 for McTominay. They're not connected at the hip, these guys. They're not Siamese twins. We can quite easily just sell one of them, and if we want to keep the other one for extra depth, or we can't get the money that we want, or we can get a better price elsewhere, they're not reliant on each other is all I'm saying. So they are separate bids. It's just that they've come in at the same time, two new improved offers, one for Maguire, obviously, an improved offer. So they are separate. So it's not like they're both going to fall down if we can't agree a fee or a deal for both of these guys. So just wanted to clarify that in case anybody was wondering that this is like a double offer. This is not a double offer. It's two separate offers coming in at the same time. And we should absolutely go through with these two sales. And that would give us somewhere in a region of 65, 70 million pounds. Think about what we can do with that. So we've got rid of these two melters at the club who have proven to be not good enough. We can go and get Sofyan Amrabat, who's waiting in the wings for us. He's literally waiting there, guys. He's waiting, looking like bloody Andrew Tate smoking a Cohiba cigar in a fucking Romanian jail cell. Waiting for us to fucking come and free him. The great escape from Fiorentina to Manchester United. That's what we need to do. Free this guy, get him in here, and he will be able to dictate play in that midfield and help us out low end, particularly an improvement compared to the likes of Fred and McTominay, technique-wise. So we just need to go and get him and free him from that Romanian jail. He's obviously not in Romania, he's in Italy. But you know what I mean, guys? He does look like a Tate brother, that guy. Just get him over here as immediately as you possibly can. That would pay for that deal. It would also pay for the Jean-Claire Todibo deal as well. And we'd probably be able to bank 10 or 15 million beyond that. Or maybe even go and get that Leonardo guy as well. So it's an absolute no-brainer from me. Sell McTominay, sell Maguire for 65 million. Reinvest that money. You don't even have to reinvest it in Harry Kane, which there's a lot of talk about. But that's not going to happen. So don't even think about that. But reinvest that money into Jean-Claire Todibo, Sofyan Amrabat and Leonardo. That's right, guys. Get the fucking Ninja Turtles in the gaff. You know what I mean? Why fanny it around? Let's go straight for the Ninja Turtles. Let's go get Michelangelo next, That's what we have to do. So smash a 1 if you agree with that. Sell Maguire, sell McTominay, reinvest it in 3 players, Leonardo, Todibo and Sofyan Amrabat. Smash a 1 if that's what you would do, guys. Come on. You know it makes sense. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out where our weaknesses lie and what we could do to maybe go and improve it. Lots of ones coming in the live chat here, guys. Thank you so much, everyone, for getting your thoughts in. All right, as always, smash that like button, guys. We're creeping up in the old subscribers as well. I'd like to remind you, legends, a few times throughout the show, we're on here daily with the latest Manchester United news and transfer goings on, and we cover it in a no bullshit way. So if you enjoy the vibe, if you enjoy the community vibe and everything and the stream, then make sure you hit that subscribe button, because we're on here daily and you don't want to miss a thing. Hit the old subscribe button. That's the one down below that says subscribe. And also smash a thumbs up on this video. How many likes are we on right now? I don't know. But hit that like button. Help us get to 300 likes for the stream. Why not, eh? And get yourself involved. You can click the bell icon as well for notifications so you do not miss these streams. Oh yes, we usually do the streams around about 3 or 4 p.m. in the afternoon to cover all the day's news throughout the transfer window. And we're always on around about 10 p.m. in the evening to cover all the evening's news as well. And then we jump on any sort of breaking news in between. So make sure you click the bell icon. That way you will be informed as to what's going on. Killer Max says, sorry, but who the hell is Leonardo? He's the bloody leader of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, mate. The one with the double swords, lad. How do you not know that? No, I'm just kidding. obviously, he's a Brazilian forward. He's a Brazilian forward that Manchester United are currently monitoring. Not many people know about him. I've only seen clips of him online because we've got this supposed interest in him. Never seen him play before that, but certainly the clips of him look very good. He looks like a good talent, and apparently he's available for somewhere in the region of 15 mil, which means that he's very cheap compared to a lot of options, and he does look good. It's a bit of a punt from Man United's point of view to go and get this guy in, but we do need options up front at the top of the pitch. Yeah, we've got Højlund coming in. He's injured at the moment. What if he gets a long-term injury? Then we're back to playing smegging Tony Martial at the top of the pitch, aren't we? So we don't want that. Rashford's best suited and best utilised over on the left wing, and yeah, he's a good option for the number 9 as well, but there's definitely, you want somebody who could come in and make that position their own and play a second sort of role to maybe Rasmus Højlund. Would be very lovely. You thought it was Leonardo DiCaprio for a second? Well, I'll tell you what, he couldn't be any worse than bloody pigging Scott Mctominay, could he? Let's be fair. I'll take Leonardo DiCaprio. At least he's a good actor. He can adapt to many different roles, that guy. No, he really can. Scott McTominay's one-dimensional. Puts in very wooden performances out there, you know. He's not getting any BAFTAs anytime soon, that twat. 206 likes. Thank you, Vincent Bullock. I appreciate you, lad. Get in there. We smashed 200 likes. Break out the red panties in the chat, everybody. Right then, so let's continue with the rest of the news. So Martial to stay? Yeah, blatantly. So we talked about maybe West Ham having an interest in Tony Martial. Surely David Moyes hasn't been on the crack pipe that long to want to go and get another reject in Tony Martial. But just a report that says from Rob Dawson at ESPN that Anthony Martial is set to stay at Manchester United this summer. You don't say. Obviously he's going to stay at United this summer because he's unsaleable and nobody wants to mess around with Tony. He's rubbish, he's injury prone and he's gash. So that's the problem there with Tony. He's almost unsaleable right now because of his huge wages. So he is just the perennial backup for us now. Basically the next Phil Jones. That is the reality there. So that's the latest news. Also, Zion Suzuki, guys. The guy who we were hoping to get in as a backup goalkeeper is looking like he may be joining a Belgian team instead of Manchester United. So apparently he's rejected Manchester United in favour of joining Belgian side Sint Prudence. You what there, Zion Suzuki, bud? What's that? Who are you signing for? The Belgian waffle team? Are you mental? But various outlets suggesting this is the case. Okay, listen, I get it, actually. Fair play to the guy. If that's true, fair play to the guy. He doesn't want to play a backup role for 4 years and become a new Henderson or a new complete backup melter. So I've got to respect it. He wants to play, he wants to develop, he wants to get regular game time. He's not going to get that at Manchester United. So by all accounts, it seems like Zion Suzuki, this goalkeeper that we've been trading for a few weeks now, does not want to come and join Manchester United's project now. He wants to go and play for some unknown Belgian side. Good luck to him, I say. You know, he actually does want to play football. I'm not bothered about it. You can't miss something you didn't have. You know, so I'm not bothered about it at all. But there you go. That is a bit of an update on a player we have been linked with for a little while. Also, just on Kane, I'm not going to talk about Kane too much. We're on here to talk about Maguire and McTominay mainly and cover the breaking updates that come out. Because there may well be some news that we accept an offer tonight or, you know, a bit more information, a few more bits and bobs about it as well. between now and the end of this show. But just on Kane, Florian Plettenberg reporting that it is said that Bayern was not personally informed from Levy about a reported rejection. For Bayern, there's still no agreement yet and ongoing negotiations. Clear signal that there was never a deadline. Kane and Bayern is considering the next steps now. It's likely that the club will renew their offer again. So we heard that Levy's gone on holiday to America and left them on red. There were some reports coming out yesterday that Bayern Munich had their offer rejected, their third and perhaps final offer rejected, but it seems like maybe that's not the case, and there never was a deadline. But it's strange how Spurs are just taking their good old time about this situation. I don't have any faith in United going in for Harry Kane anymore, even if we were to sell Maguire and McTominay for 75 million. I can't see us reinvesting it and going to get Kane, though that's what we should do. That's what we should do. I don't think that's what we will do. I think we'll probably look to invest that money in all different areas of the team. Go and get Sofyan, go and get a centre-back, and also go and get a cheap forward player as well to give us options throughout. And I think that probably is the right thing to do. Although Kane is just an absolute Hollywood sign and he would be amazing to bring in. Very unlikely, though. So maybe that deal's not dead in the water with Bayern Munich for Kane anyway. Okay, so let's just have a look, see what's come out tonight about this whole scenario with McTominay. Yep, as I say, Fabrizio Romano's just given us an update as well that says Manchester United rejected the £30 million bid from West Ham for Scott McTominay. It's up to West Ham whether they want to bid again or move on, and negotiations with Harry Maguire remain ongoing, but they're not at an advanced stage. So it is understood we might try and get a little bit more money out of West Ham even for Harry Maguire. So we do want 35 for him apparently. But honestly, the way I look at it is Man United stand to be able to get rid of two gash players in one fell swoop. We should give West Ham a little bit of a deal here. You know, let's sell Maguire for 30 million and then give them McTominay for 35 million as well. I mean, that's a fantastic deal for us and it's a good deal for them. I've said many times, he goes over there and those players go over there and they improve West Ham's team. They're shite at United because United's an elite club and they're decent to good at best. You know, we need world-class players. We need quality, sheer quality throughout the side. West Ham, they're playing a different sort of vibe over there. They just need decent to good players. That's what they need, and that's all they can expect. Maguire and McTominay would both be good starters for West Ham United, but they're just mere backups at this football club now. So it does everybody a favour. We get good money for these two. We get the wages that they're currently paid off the books, which amounts to millions and millions of pounds a year. They get themselves a couple of fantastic players which go into their squad and they're homegrown. All the players actually improves their current plight and situation, if you ask me. Maybe they don't get to play for such a big profile Hollywood football club like Manchester United and go around strutting their Billy Big Bollock space opera testicles anymore. But they still playing for a good Premier League side and it guarantees them the ability to play regularly week to week. So what is the meaning of these guys? Do they want to go there and play? Do they want to play regular football or do they want to just be backup bit part melts? Maguire might have to go in order to get in the England team. So we'll find out their mettle very, very soon, whether or not they want to actually go and be footballers. If they don't and they just want to sit around and fanning around and train and be a backup at United, they'll just stay at United and collect that paycheck. But I think they'll actually face a little bit of a backlash from the fan base if they don't go with these sorts of offers on the table. So let's just say United, hypothetically, accept that offer from West Ham for £30 million. And then you hear that Maguire doesn't want to go. You know, I think he would become even more of a public enemy to Man United fans than he is right now. And let's face it, he's scoring OGs left, right and centre and getting booed off the bloody park as it is. So if he refused to go and refused to let us cash in and be able to utilise that money better elsewhere, people would hate on Harry Maguire even more so. So he's got to go, doesn't he, guys? He's got to go. He's got to go. There's no doubt about it for me with Harry. McTominay, on the other hand, I do have some reservations that he might even be prepared to go at all. Okay, so I'm just going to cover everything we've discussed in this, all the latest updates and news we've got about McTominay and Maguire, and wait for anything else to come in tonight. And as always, keep hitting that like button. We're going to have a Q&A in a little bit as well, and hear your thoughts and opinions on the whole matter. Obviously, I can't read everybody's comments out throughout this show right now because I've been absolutely rambling on and ranting non-stop. But I will get into everybody's comments in about 5 minutes' time. So make sure you guys stick around for the Q&A. So double bid. There was reports of a double bid. Just to clarify, anybody who's just getting in here and missed the news, double bid, for Scott McTominay and Harry Maguire. There's improved bids expected as well soon for Scott McTominay. At this moment, there is a good £30 million offer on the table for Maguire, but Man United have rejected the offer for Scott McTominay of an equal £30 million offer, so it could have been £60 million for both. As of right now, Man United have rejected the bid from West Ham for Scott McTominay, and it's up to West Ham whether or not they bid again or move on. United apparently want £75 million for these two. So somewhere in the region of £40 to £45 million for Scott McTominay, and we wanted £35 million for Harry Maguire, but I think we'll probably accept the 30 from them because it is a heck of a good offer, particularly if we're doing a double deal. But there is every possibility that United just get a little bit too greedy and reject the offer and try and ask for a little bit more cash for even Maguire. Wouldn't surprise me with how we operate. But there has been good bit of contact going on there for Maguire. Here's another update here from Fab that says that West Ham and Manchester United are in direct contact over Harry Maguire deal. 30 million bid has been sent today. The clubs are talking. No contact made on the player side yet. West Ham United talks will continue as there are more Premier League clubs interested in Maguire. As we mentioned, potentially Everton, maybe even Tottenham have an interest in Harry Maguire, which is mental. We've heard Wolverhampton Wanderers might be interested in him. One or two clubs from Italy also may want to have a little stab at Maguire. Newcastle United's another one. So a lot of different clubs interested in Maguire, and also a couple interested in Scott McTominay too. So, you know, we may be able to push up that offer to 35 million anyway, just because of the demand that there is on Harry Maguire right now, which I find hard to believe. But let's say Newcastle United want this guy, or let's say Tottenham want this guy, or Everton want this guy. Well, they've got a clear gauge of where these bids are at right now. 30 million that West Ham have offered. If one of these clubs comes in for him now, it could strike a bidding war between these two clubs. Next thing you know, Harry Maguire's going for 80 mil. Obviously not, but that's the dream. The dream would be for us to get 35 mil or 40 mil or something crazy like that. Is he worth that much? Good question, big question, not so sure, but Man United think that Maguire is worth 35 million, so West Ham's bid of 30 million is close to what the valuation is on Man United's side. We think he's worth about 35 million by all accounts at this moment, and that's what we want to get. Laurie Whitwell said there was a double bid, obviously, earlier on today, the Athletic reporting that, and that's obviously the case. So he says that West Ham United make a double bid for Harry Maguire and Scott McTominay worth 60 million, getting towards the money that Man United may accept. They sense that West Ham's tempting Maguire, given the game time needed for England, which is a big point to make, that will give him what he needs to guarantee his place in that European Championship side under Gareth Southgate. That's a big thing. Let's not play that down, because that could be the difference between Maguire staying and going. If that wasn't going to be affected, he'd probably want to stay at United. But because his England place could be in jeopardy, and it's a European Championship year coming up next summer, he's more likely to want to go. So that is a big thing. Also, as I mentioned, there's other teams interested in Scott McTominay. So we know that Roma has an interest in him because Stade de Rennes are sniffing around Nemanja Matic. And it's thought that maybe Jose Mourinho could be keen on bringing in Scott McTominay over there in Italy. Also, Newcastle United. Eddie Howe is supposed to be a fan of not just Maguire, but also Scott McTominay. And it's thought that Newcastle United could still act on their interest in Scott McTominay depending on the other deals. So that's quite a key point as well. There are several teams, it seems, interested in these guys. West Ham have activated their interest the soonest and actually put in bids for both of these guys. So I don't know why there is so many people interested, but that is the case. And then also it's known that these are two separate bids and they're not reliant on each other. So a report here says that the bid for Harry Maguire and Scott McTominay are two separate bids and don't depend on each other. So just wanted to make that clear. If one of these deals can't be done, it does not affect the other one. It's not like West Ham have said, hey, look, we'll offer you this amount for these two players in one deal. They have made two different offers, and it's a double offer, essentially, for two players at the same time. As I say, different entities and different bids. So if we can't get an agreement in place for McTominay or Newcastle or somebody else comes in with a better bid, then it does not affect the Maguire situation. Just wanted to clarify that. Apparently, in terms of value here, more reports from the Times suggest that Manchester United want around about 40 million at least for Scott McTominay. So Alex Turk says that United want at least 40 million pounds for Scott McTominay. It's from the Times. West Ham's 30 million pound bid rejected. 35 million pound price tag on Harry Maguire's head. West Ham are very close on that front. In terms of the offer, 75 million for both of these guys. And a 30-year-old fifth-choice centre-back would be fine business, says Alex Stark. And I have to agree with that personally. I think if we could get rid of these guys, even for 60 million, it's fantastic business for Man United, particularly with a player that's such a debacle for us at the back and just melts all the time. Also, last couple of updates in regards to United players going elsewhere. Fred and Donny van der Beek are on the cusp of leaving this football club, and talks continue between Real Sociedad and Manchester United over Donny van der Beek. There's also offers from Turkey for Fred, but they're not as high as Manchester United want. The two midfielders, obviously, if they are sold, it means that we can then go and get a bid in there for Sofyan Amrabat. So the situation with Sofyan Amrabat, just to discuss that again, is much the same as it has been the last few days. Man United waiting to move on one or two players, clear up those spaces in the midfield that are currently occupied by the likes of Fred, Donny, and or McTominay, generate the cash to be able to afford the transfer, but also the wages, and to make sure we don't have a crowded midfield there. So we're waiting to get rid of one or two players first before we're going to pull the trigger on the Sofyan Amrabat deal. That's known. So that bid should be coming in soon, though. And there's also other bids that have been tabled from Saudi Arabia for Fred as well, and they're understood to be a little bit more like what Manchester United's looking for. So the offers from Turkey may be too low, but Saudi bids could be getting towards the sort of £15 million that we value the guy at. And there is a report here, take it with a pinch of salt, but TNT News reporting that an unnamed Saudi Arabian club has had a bid accepted by Manchester United for Fred, but the Turkish and Premier League teams are also courting him. The player will announce his new destination before the end of the week. So we heard from Fab yesterday that Fred would 100% be going, guaranteed to be going in this summer transfer window. 100% going to be sold. So it looks like it's just a formality really with Fred. Also, as we heard yesterday, Rasmus Højlund has been given the number 17 shirt at Manchester United, or at least, you know, this is the understanding. As you can see from this update from Fab late last night with the 17 and the Danish flag, it does allude to the fact that Rasmus is being lined up to take Fred's shirt number. So Fred's got the number 17, Rasmus will get the number 17. It looks like it anyway. Unless Man United are going to sell Martial, which is very unlikely because it looks like Tony's staying, then it seems Rasmus Højlund is going to get the number 17, and it might be a lucky number for the lad anyway. And as we just mentioned Martial, there is a report here that says that Martial is set to stay at the club because he's almost unsaleable. It's pretty impossible to get this guy gone because of how much he's paid and how injury prone that he is. And the only time we've seen him out on loan, which was at Sevilla the last season, he was crap. He was crap. He got injured and he only scored like one pigging goal or something. So nobody's really going to be clambering over anyone to try and sign Tony Martial this particular transfer window. So we're probably stuck with Tony. Also, Zion Suzuki rejects Manchester United in favour of some unknown Belgian waffle team. But fair play to him. It sounds like he wants to play regular football and he can't be afforded that at Manchester United. Also, Bayern Munich still in the pot for getting Harry Kane at this moment. There's some reports yesterday that came out that Spurs have rejected the bid, but apparently it's still active and they are trying to seek assurances or seek some sort of an update from Tottenham at this moment, but they haven't got it yet. So that's a bit of a saga that may rage on all summer long. Okay, so I'm going to get into the live chat now, folks, but before I do, I am going to shout out all the retweeters in a minute. So go over and retweet us on Twitter if you haven't done, and we'll shout you all out in a minute. Thanks to everyone that does share the show out there on Twitter. It helps us out. The link is pinned to the top of the live chat. Go give us a cheeky little retweet. And as always, if it's your first time on YouTube here, smash that subscribe button and help us get to 73k subs. We're nearly there. We can do it very soon, guys. We're hoping to do it by the start of the season. We're only 87 legends away now from 73,000 big ones. So make sure you smash that subscribe button if you haven't done so, and smash the like on it. Zayn Mayassi has got in here with a cheeky super chat. What's he got to say for himself? Gooner extraordinaire. Here he is. He says, Piggy, £50 bet. Havertz scores more than Højlund. I think Timber is signing this summer. Also, Rip, the director of The Exorcist. Who would have Maguire played in that film? Goodness me, Zamiassi. Surely Maguire would have played the devil incarnate, mate. You know, he would have played the soul. He would have played the possessor. You know what I mean? The possessor's the poor little girl. Surely he's playing the demon. You know what I mean? He's not seen or anything in the movie, but he's the demon inside the girl, mate. That's who Harry Maguire is, surely. £50 bet. Did you just say Havertz scored more than Højlund? Fucking hell, Zimiassi, I'll give you a £500 bet. Are you joking? Havertz scores more than Højlund. You're taking the piss, lad. Havertz is absolutely gash. You've been stitched up, sir. I'll take that bet all day. Guys, yes or no? Do you think I should take that bet? £50 bet with Zamiasi. He says that Havertz scores more than Højlund. Rubbish. I bet you that Højlund scores more than Havertz. I bet you. Are we going for it just in the Premier League here or overall? It's got to be just Premier League, right? Premier League, Højlund scores more than Havertz. I'm happy to bet that, lad. Absolutely. 100%. You're having a mare, son. What a shocking bet from you, Zamiasi, lad. Crikey. That is redonkulous. Well, thank you very much for your offer of the bet there, Zane. I mean, let's be honest. I'd be a fool not to accept that bet. That is the easiest money I'll ever make. Zamiasi, yes, I accept your offer. I accept it. Jarvis, how you doing, my son? He says, yes, without a doubt. Absolutely, Jarvis Cocker. Yeah, I accept. 50 big ones coming my way. Thank you, Zamiasi. I appreciate your super chat anyway. Right, I'm just going to go over to Twitter and shout out all the retweeters. Then I'll get into the Q&A. Live chat's absolutely popping off tonight. Big love to everyone. Bunch of absolute legends. And thank you for being here, each and every one of you absolute dons. Let's take a look and see who's given us a retweet. We've got 23 retweets tonight, guys. Thanks so much to each and every one of you. Let's have a little look. Stephen Braun, Jaden, Aaron Homeyard, Feline Fur, CK91 MUFC, Richard Wisterpeck, Boomy, John Boy Cat, Transfers _UTD, Andy Bell, Rugmuncher 007, The Butcher of Manchester, Vincent Bullock, Andy Davidge, Kieran, United Mark, Michael Paul, Jarvis Cocker, Mr. Sims, Terry Hoskins, also Gina Varney, Ray Jones, Tim Whistler, and Ziggy Sawdust. All giving us a retweet. Thank you to each and every one of you legends out there for retweeting the show. Do appreciate it. You can give us a follow on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, all those places, at Flying Pig United as well. Time to get into the live chat now, guys. If anything big comes out between now and the end of this show, we'll obviously let you know what's going on. But for now, I'm going to get into the live chat and see what you legends are saying about anything we've discussed. Obviously, there is the big topics, the big talking points of the evening is to do with surrounding Harry Maguire and Scott Mctominay. So, get your thoughts and opinions in about that. Let's have a little look then. Let's have a little look and see what you guys are saying for yourselves. Take the 50 now, says Madhouse. I'm taking that bet, 100%, lad. Zane bets with Ivan Toney, says Stephanie Griffith. I know, Alex. I'd definitely take that bet, mate. Easiest money ever. Zane hides when we play Arsenal, says Alex Core. He hides when they lose as well. He goes under a rock for a while, this guy. Who can blame him? Zane paying you back in super chats. Well, there you go. I once did have a bet with Zane Miasi, which he lost. And, he has been paying me back in installments. Palmaris says, we can't allow clubs to continue to take the piss. We're right to reject the Scott offers. Hey, fair enough, Palmaris. I would probably ask for more up front as well. Like, why accept the first offer that they make? We already know what they're like because of the Maguire situation. They bid 20, we've asked for more, and they've come back with 30. So yeah, never accept the first offer. Negotiations 101. You never accept the first offer. Palmarius, thank you for your comment. He says we can't... Oh, I just read that, didn't I? Yeah. Hey, Travis, get in there, my son. Yes, I'm not too bad. How are you doing? Thanks for asking. I'm all good, mate. I'll be much better once we got rid of the human Slabbo. And, of course, Scott Mctominay at this football club. I've been willing these guys out of the club for years. Absolute years I've been winning these guys out of the club now. So it would be a refreshing situation at the club if we got new players to come in and improve upon those guys and we finally got rid of them. So I'll be feeling a lot better once that happens. Also, there's another report that's just come out this evening, guys. Hang on, let me get this up on the screen. So another report here that says that Justin, West Ham are getting closer to Man United's valuation of Harry Maguire and Scott McTominay via Chris Wheeler. So yes, it seems like there is some negotiations currently still taking place tonight and West Ham are trying to get these deals wrapped up reasonably soon. Get in there. I know, I was fuming when we didn't sell him for 20 mil. Can you blame me? He's absolutely awful, and I felt like that might be the best amount we can get. But I did say, even during that stream, that you can't really deny that you never accept the first bid. You've got to try and negotiate. You've got to try and get more money. But if it turned out that Maguire wasn't sold and we turned down 20 million, I would have felt like we've been absolutely, done the wrong thing. I think that we should have sold him in this window is what I'm saying. But of course you want to try and get the most you can for him. But yeah, 20 million to me was a good offer. 30 million is a fantastic offer. Let's accept it. Absolutely. Hey Chloe, thank you so much there. Appreciate you for getting in with another super chat, Chloe. She says, be fair, they won the manhole cover trophy, says Chloe Jenkins. Exactly, yeah, that's it. The manhole cover trophy. Thank you so much, Chloe. Can we get some Some ha-ha-has in the live chat there. Hey, thank you, seriously. Thank you so much. Okay, hey, get in there, Xavier with another super chat. Goodness me, this guy. He says, what's your best Batman film? My top 3 is the first 2, Michael Keaton and Batman Forever. Who would Maguire play in those? Latest Batman's garbage. Fuck me, Zamiassi, what's your problem, bud? You're always derailing us with guff movie cinema talk, lad. Okay, so blatantly the best Batman movie is the first one. I don't even like Tim Burton as a director, but he's perfect for the Batman franchise, if you ask me. The first one's blatantly the best one, mate, isn't it? 100%. 100%, lad. Danny DeVito as the Penguin's a fucking Don, lad. He's awesome. You know, that is the first one, isn't it? But that one's the best. And then, yeah, I'd probably say Batman Returns, is it? Is that the second one? The one with Harvey Two-Face Dent, Tommy Lee Jones. That one's good as well. I like it. Yeah, that one's good as well. You think Batman Forever? Batman Forever, you know, it's cheesy as fuck, lad. It's all right, isn't it? I mean, it's definitely better than Batman and Robin. I don't know. I'd say The Dark Knight gets in there at number 3 for me. Only because of Heath Ledger. The rest of the film's kind of boring, but Heath Ledger absolutely is immense as the Joker. He's awesome. So I'm going to say the first 2 Batmans and then The Dark Knight, mate. Those are my favourite ones. Get in there, my son. Thank you, Zamiassi. And who would Maguire play in those, you ask? Well, in the latter one, maybe Maguire would play that Bane guy. You know what I mean? Big fucking unit. Doesn't sell that much. Or maybe he would play, actually, he'd probably play Mr. Freeze in Batman and Robin, wouldn't he? The Arnold Schwarzenegger role, because let's face it, he's a fucking melter. He melts hard, and obviously he would be an Iceman, so therefore that would play into his melting capabilities there, wouldn't it? And plus he moves around like he's super stiff and super cold all the time, that man. So it makes sense if he was Mr. Freeze from that movie. Plus that movie's absolutely shite, so it would make sense that he was in it. In the first 2 movies, well, in the first one, he can only be the Penguin. You know, he can only be the villain, mate. Surely he's the Penguin. And the second one, you know, let's go with. Actually, you know what? Let's go with the Batman Forever one, right? Let's go with that one. He is the Riddler. He is the Riddler. Instead of Jim Carrey, it's Harry Maguire as the Riddler, because it's a fucking conundrum and a complete bloody riddle as to why he actually has played at Manchester United for 4 years, lad. Riddle me this, riddle me that. Who's afraid of the big slab twat? You know what I mean? Like, that's what you got to say about that. He is completely slabtastic. That's a bloody riddle in itself, why he's actually played in the team for the last few years, my turn. Thank you, Zamiassi, for that randomness there. Mr. Freeze does the special one. Bane plays at Celtic. He's a goalkeeper. The Piddler. That's a good one. Yeah, Arnie was Mr. Freeze, absolutely, yeah. Maguire the Slabby. Hey, Bonita Cox says, hi, Pig, it's me, Francois Cock. If we sell Scott, Fred and Donny, don't you think we need 2 midfielders? Maybe Onana from Everton. Bonita, no, I mean, yes and no. We have got some youngsters who could come in. I feel like Ericsson, Bruno, Mount, Casemiro, potentially Sofian Amrabat, Kobbie Mainoo, maybe Mejbri. You know, that's okay. You could go and definitely sign another player, though, but those guys would be okay. I mean, if we're going to have to go and sign another backup player, I'd rather we just kept Fred and sold Donny and Scott, because Fred's the least valuable. We're not going to get that much money from a Fred sale anyway. But then saying that, he's only got, I think, a year left on his deal. Maybe Donny would be the one to keep. Sell Fred and McTominay. That way you've got a little bit of cover. But I don't know. I think we'll be all right. I do think we'll be all right there. Harry is Frankenstein, says Alex Core. Kobbie Mainoo. Yeah, Kobbie Mainoo's great. He's gonna be good. Let's hope he's not injury prone, though. Thank you, the trooper. Appreciate you, my son. Get in there. The villain in the Highlander, says Apu. There can be only one. Cheeky bid to hijack the Caicedo deal. Not going to happen, is it? Too much money involved there. I don't see United going to spend that sort of cash. If we are going to spend that sort of cash, surely Harry Kane's the guy to go and get. Let's hope Mainoo's not out for 2 months. Yeah, certainly. And let's hope that he's not injury prone when he does come back. Gregory says, 30 million for Slabby. How does the representative of West Ham still have his arm attached to his shoulder after offering 30 million for Slabby Maguire? I know, Gregory, it's obscene, isn't it? Well, by all accounts, we might even ask for a £5 million more. Apparently, we value him at 35 mil, and that's what we want. So hopefully we accept it. But there is a chance that that gets rejected and we ask for a little bit more, which would be absolutely crazy. I'd lose my mind if Manchester United don't accept this offer for Maguire. I feel like we don't need another midfielder. Even if we sell them 3, Kobbie will be featuring a lot after his injury. Spot on, agree with you. Yeah, in the programme notes for the last game at Old Trafford, Ten Hag spoke about Kobbie Mainoo and said that he deserves a bit special mention for his good performances within the sort of first team squad over the pre-season, and wished him a speedy recovery. And obviously it's a shame that he's, Duani says, the trooper, "Come on, my name is Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'm the former governor of California many times, Mr. Olympia. Oh, come on, give me a stogie. I'm going to smoke my cigar. Come on, my name is Arnold. We got to get to the chopper. Oh, come on, do it now." No, that wasn't that good. It's been a long time since I've done that, to be fair. Luke MUFC, thank you very much, bro, for getting your highlighted member comment in here. He's been a member for 18 months, this guy. Then he says, Zane should do bets more often, mate. Hashtag Gooner, hashtag 18. Luke, thanks for being a member for 18 months, you absolute star, man. Appreciate you, dude. Get in there. 1.5 years, you absolute don. Thank you so much, Luke. I appreciate you, good sir. Can we get some mad love in there? Get down. Come on. Put the cookie down. It's not a tumor. We got to get to the chopper. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Fred looks like he's gone. He does look like he's gone, doesn't he? Absolutely. Chill. Come on. Chill. Stick around. Anyway, what's this? Everton are aiming to make a bid for Harry Maguire, says Miguel Delaney. Wow, okay, let me put this up on the screen as well. So as we mentioned before, guys, there is multiple teams that are interested in these guys. Sean Dyche over at Everton, my name's Sean Dyche and I'm the manager of Everton now. Used to be the former manager of Burnley. But they didn't appreciate me. And, they made me eat a bag of worms every morning for breakfast. And I was doing it on a shoestring budget. And they still didn't want to keep me. And I was a great manager for them. And now I'm the manager of Everton. And I have to say that the player that I want to bring in at the back is none other than the human breeze block, Slabby Maguire. He's going to be the best possible player for me. He will help me play my absolutely mundane, boring, low block guff style. Come on. Let's go for it. So he obviously is a fan of Harry Maguire. They're tailor-made for each other, aren't they? Goodness me. If ever there was a player to come in and do the job for Sean Dyche, it's Harry Maguire. And here's a late night update at 11:16 from Miguel Delaney, which just reports that Everton are aiming to make a bid for Harry Maguire as well. Come on, could you imagine that if they go and just break West Ham's offer for 35 mil? Maybe West Ham would go to 40 mil. Could you imagine a world where we possibly get 40 million pounds for Harry Maguire? That would be insane. It would be insane. Thank you, Rushmano. He says subscribe to the channel. Yes, you know it. Hit the subscribe button, guys. Do it. Do it now. Come on. My name is Arnold. Do it now. Subscribe. Get to the chopper. Exactly. Right, anyway, so yes, do you know why he's a human breeze block at United 90? I don't know if I've ever really explained it. It's because he's big and bulky and square, but he's also full of holes and quite lightweight in the end. That's why he's a breeze block lad. And yeah, just structurally not that good. 246 likes. Get in there, you legends. Just take the first effing offer. 100%. Hey, what's going on there, MUFC Brummy Reds? He says, Sean Dyche said the only good thing about being Everton manager is it gets knocked up cigarettes cheap. Gets knocked off cigarettes cheap. You fucking what? That does make sense, though. Sean Dyche has got a very, very sore throat all the time. That guy needs a lozenge. He does sound like he smokes about 160 Marlboro Reds a day, doesn't he, that guy? He probably could do with a locket or two, that man. Crikey, somebody get this man a Strepsil. He does sound like he smokes non-stop all day long, but I actually don't think he does, MUFC Brummy Reds. I don't think he does. I don't know. Has Johnny Evans left now? He's still here at the moment, Ryan, but we haven't yet offered him a new deal. We're expecting that there will be a 1-year extension or a 1-year deal offered for him. I haven't heard any confirmation of that just as of right now, but apparently that's the case. Also, another report's come out this evening, guys, that says that Bayern Munich might up their offer again for Harry Kane. That's interesting, isn't it? So could well be on the hunt for Kane this summer. It looks like it could happen. Unfortunately, it's not going to be for us. Unless we are just letting them do the negotiations and then we swoop in for a hijack at the end. Very unlikely, though. But I guess if we got a 75 mil for both Maguire and McTominay, crikey, you never know. But I think we'll get Sofyan and a defender. Zamiasi, thanks for another super chat. He says, can you imagine Maguire as a Marine from Aliens? They're coming out of the fucking walls, man! Yeah, I can actually. Except that he would be more appropriate as like one of those You know, like a face hugger or something, though. You know what I mean? I can imagine him being an alien more so than one of the Marines, man. They're coming out of the fucking walls, man. You know what I mean? What are you on about, Zamiasi, lad? Respect, dude. They mostly come out at night. Mostly. Get away from her, you bitch. Zamiasi, thanks very much for the super chat. You're off your head, lad. You're going to watch Predator. I watched it like 2 months ago. It's still immense. Evans is better than Maguire. What do you reckon, guys? Have a vote. Travis, he thinks Evans is better than Maguire. Who do you reckon's better, guys? I agree with you, Travis. Evans is not just one more and actually has the pedigree. He is 35, but I still think he's just as good as Harry Maguire. And also, we don't even need him to be as good as Harry Maguire necessarily, but I think he is. He's going to be 6th choice centre-back. He's going to be a backup. That's all we need him for. Somebody to come in occasionally and do the job as and when needed. Evans, says Stephen Shipman. Yes, says Neil Mosley. Maguire's better, says Kingslayer. Evans, says Simon Evans, says Batman. Zayn should be a politician. He talks the same amount of shite as one, says the Who Man. Yes, my name's Boris Johnson, and I'm a protoplasmic invertebrate jelly of a man, and I think we should move on from this cinema nonsense that Zamiasi's spouting here. Absolute pudding of an individual. Absolutely, yeah. Evans is better than Maguire, but that's not saying much. That's true. Evans anytime, anywhere, any day. At this moment, no. Evans is better, says Dennis Barnaby. Maguire physicality with the W. Maguire's physicality is overrated, if you ask me. He's slow as fuck. Yes, he's strong and big and large and cumbersome, but he is... You like Terminator 3 the best. You're taking the piss, FJT. That's gash compared to the first two. The first two are absolute all-time greats. Boris Porkson. Oh, my goodness me. We're having a laugh tonight, guys. It's been a great stream. Yeah, Terminator 3's crap, isn't it? Terminator 2, Judgment Day, is one of the greatest movies of all time. And the first Terminator is awesome as well. It's really awesome. But Terminator 3 is gash. Although, compared to that bloody last one, that Terminator Dark Fate, crikey, Terminator 3's an Oscar winner. Compared to that Dark Fate guff. That's one of the worst films I've ever seen. Never mind one of the worst Terminators. Crikey. Yeah, Terminator 2's the best, isn't it? Absolutely, yeah. T2's the best. It's insane. You're twisting my melon, man. Terminator 2's the best, says Batman. Salvation's good. I like that one. That's probably the 3rd best one in the franchise, mate. And Arnie's not even in that one. Yeah, Terminator Salvation's legit. Okay, we have another breaking report this evening, guys. A couple of breaking reports, actually. So this is one that may affect the McTominay deal. So Fabrizio Romano, with a tweet this evening, says Edson Alvarez will fly to London on Tuesday morning. Medical tests have already been booked. He will become a new West Ham player on a £34-35 million deal on Tuesday night. But as we mentioned, that's been coming for a couple of days, and West Ham have bid for McTominay, so they clearly still want him. But that is another update that's just come out from Fab, that Edson Alvarez flies for his London medical tomorrow. Could affect the United deal, I suppose, for McTominay, if they don't see too much value in going to get another midfielder, but I think they will. Also, Miguel Delaney this evening reports that Eric Ten Hag wants 2 more signings this summer, a midfielder and a centre-back. Sofiane Amrabat and Jean-Claire Todibo are his top targets, as we've been reporting for the last week. Spot on, great stuff. So those are the latest reports that have come out there. I need your clothes, your boots, and your motorcycle. Come with me if you want to live. You've never seen the you've never seen a Terminator movie? Oh, goodness. Genesis was gash as well, David. Yeah, that was awful. Yeah, definitely. Robert Patrick, and the second one's immense. The liquid metal dude, the T1000, he's bloody awesome. Yeah, true, Kingslayer. She's nice. She's nice. Rejecting money for Maguire and McTominay is a fireable offence. 100% agree with you, David Sarr. Just the fact we're getting anything is crazy. Yeah, no, that's the Salvation one, Dominic. Salvation's good. I enjoyed that one. That's a decent movie. Terminator Dark Fate, the one with Christian Bale. No, that was Salvation. Dark Fate's the recent one, which actually had them all in. Linda Hamilton was back. But it was fucking awful, mate. One of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life. Oh, my God. Literally, they undid the whole of the Terminator 2 franchise in the first 10 minutes of the movie. Sorry, the second Terminator film. They undid it in the first 10 minutes and then just acted like that never happened. It was the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. Would you pyork Bjork, says Primot. What's the matter with you, lad? What's the matter with you, bro? Sammy Assy, thank you for the $9.99 super chat here again. He says, imagine if Cameron made a film about Ferguson at United. Who would play Fergie? Who would play Sir Alex Ferguson at United? Wow. Crikey, that's a question and a half. Maybe Michael Sheen. I could see Michael Sheen doing it. You know, he managed to play Brian Clough pretty convincingly, didn't he? You know, he's quite a good character actor. Maybe he could take on Sir Alex pretty well. Tough question, though. I don't know, you know. I'll say Michael Sheen. Definitely not Tom Cruise. Could you imagine that? Oh, no. Michael Jackson. Good question for once. I don't know about that. I don't think that is a good question. Harrison Ford says, look MUFC. Idris Elba saying, well, you'd have to have somebody who can play him young and then play him older as well, wouldn't you? You'd have to have him. No, maybe let's go crazy and let's have Willem Dafoe. Jacob Snell would play Fergie, says Ryan. William H. Macy could play him. Brad Pitt. Danny DeVito. Piggy would play Cantona, defo, says Stephanie. DiCaprio. Bruce Cantona. Come on. Michael Caine. Don't throw those bloody spears at me. Yes to Pork Bjork, Dan Craig, William H. Macy, Prince Charles, Philip Jones, Cantona. What about Ali McCoist? You never seen that movie Ali McCoist was in? Elite acting. No, genuinely, that was actually quite like that movie. Has anybody ever seen it? I forgot what it's called now. But it's got Robert Duvall and Ali McCoist in. What's it called, guys? Oh, it's actually pretty decent. I enjoyed it. Anyway, forgotten the name of it now. Gary Oldman could do it, couldn't he, back from the brink? He definitely could, lad. David Tennant, that's a good shout. Scottish vibes. Yeah, that's it. Is it called A Path to Goal? Are you sure about that? That doesn't sound right. Yeah, that was amazing, United 90. Looking for Eric. Great movie, that one. Absolutely just a gem of a film. My name is Michael Payne, and I am a nosy neighbour. Christopher Eccleston. Billy Connolly. Wow. Am I throwing a Maguire leaving party? I might do, actually, Roger. It's a good shout. You wouldn't want Brad Pitt to play him because he's a Liverpool fan. Oh, good shout there, Vincent. Daniel Day-Lewis. Yeah, Peter Capaldi. Interesting, the Hoot Man. Scottish vibes. Yeah, nice one. Hey, thank you, Zamiassi. He says Brendan Gleeson, as he was in Braveheart. Who's that again? Let me have a look at Brendan Gleeson. Let's take a little look. But, yeah, fair enough, Zamiassi getting in here raw. Braveheart's one of my favourite movies, actually. What a fantastic movie. If you go now, you'll live. Super but many years from now, when you're an old man, dying in your bed, you'll wish for just one chance to come back here today and fight the English and tell them that they may take our lives, but they will never take our freedom. It's an absolute classic. Oh yeah, that guy who plays William Wallace's best mate. He's too tubby for Fergie though, isn't he? Come on. He's too tubby for Fergie, mate. Fergie's in shape. This guy's a fucking mess, mate. I'm only joking, but come on. That's bad casting. No wonder Zamiassi talks absolute gash. Crikey. Mel Gibson. Nah, his accent's too unconvincing, lad. Freedom! You're related to William Wallace. Really? Are you really? That's fucking awesome if true. That's awesome, lad. Sean Connery, get in there, my son. He's dead. Harry Maguire runs around like a 47-year-old Sunday League John Smith drinker, says Paul Ennis. Have it! Frimpong and Amrabat and Todibo, I'd rate it a 9 out of 10, especially with Maguire getting pissed off, lad, and him going out the football club. Why was Mel Gibson wearing Blackburn Rovers colours? Oh, the Ewood Park Massive. Never take our Fergie times to Stephanie. Yeah, he's dead, unfortunately. What a legend, though. Absolute legend. Sean Connery. Beautiful, beautiful man. We won't eat. Do you want what you want? You what there, FJT, lad? Do the Spartan speech from 300. Spartans! What is your profession? This is Sparta! Ian McKellen as Gandalf. Right, guys. This live chat's getting a little bit off kilter now, guys. No pun intended. What are we on about? It's supposed to be a football chat. We've descended into random just guff. What's going on? But please do hit that thumbs up button if you're just getting in, guys. Help us get to 300 likes. We're nearly there. Also, smash the subscribe if you're new to the channel. Get yourself involved by subscribing and have your say. Everybody's allowed to get their thoughts and opinions in here. This isn't the sort of channel where we only read out super chats. Do you know what? Sometimes I stumble across other football channels and they have a little graphic up in the screen. Tell me if you've seen this. And it says, super chats will be read out. It's like, hang on a second. So you're telling me you have to pay to have your say in a football community? What a bunch of fucking money-grabbing bastards. You know what I mean, guys? Don't you reckon? That's a disgrace. They actually have a little graphic that says super chat if you want your comment read out. It's a fucking disgrace. Anyway, we get everyone involved around here. That's why it's a great community, my son. It's a great community. And we read everybody's comments out and get everybody else involved. Thank you so much. Who would play Zayn in the Zayn biopic? That's a good question. Who would play Zayn? I think it would probably be, I don't know, some sort of super Manchester United fan. It's got to be, because, he clearly is a closet United fan, isn't he, this guy? Who would play him? That's a good question. Who would play Zayn? Let's go with, let's go with Rowan Atkinson, He's a man of many comedic characters. Zayn, thank you for the super chat here, though. He says, I met Mel Gibson. They're making a new Lethal Weapon film. A prequel to Braveheart. They can de-age Mel Gibson. A prequel to Braveheart? Surely they're not making a prequel to Braveheart, lad. What? I hope that's not true. And the new Lethal Weapon film. Goodness me. How are they going to make a new one of those? Danny Glover was literally saying, I'm too old for this shit. In the first one, he was like bloody 45 or something. He must be about 100 now, mate. He's definitely too old for this shit now. You know what I mean? Come on. They can't make another Lethal Weapon film, mate. That's just absolutely ridiculous. I love the Lethal Weapon movies. And actually, Mel Gibson's amazing in this, particularly in that first Lethal Weapon movie. Absolutely brilliant. Great actor, Mel Gibson, to be fair. But, what you on about? They can't make another one of those. That'd be shocking. I'm too old for this shit. Martin Hanson, thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. Thank you, though, by the way, Zayn. Martin Hanson, subscribing to the channel there. Get in there, you beauty. Thank you, Mr. Hanson. Appreciate you for hitting that subscribe button. If you guys are new like Mr. Hanson, then hit that subscribe. Forrest Gump's the greatest movie ever made, Chloe Jenkins. There's a new Lethal Weapon film coming out. I've seen a proper trailer of it. Crikey, that's unreal. Does it have Danny Glover and Mel Gibson in? What about Joe Pesci? Is Joe Pesci in it? They're making another Lethal Weapon. Wow. Zayn smoking everything under Class 1 controlled substances. It will happen at some point, Ryan, yes. Scottish Jackson, don't forget to say Manchester. You got the job on a technicality of a legend who recommended you. You are nothing. You are a fool. And you're a waste of time. Good night. Yeah, nice one. Scarface is a cracking movie, isn't it, Stagol? We got an Amrabat update. Let's take a look at this. Thank you for sending us the information here. Rushmano. So, here we go. This is a bit of info coming out from Italy that says that Sofyan Amrabat is still waiting for Manchester United. They've already agreed personal terms for a contract until 2028, which is a 4-year plus 1-year deal with a salary of $4 million a year. Expected in the middle of the week that new talks between Man United and Fiorentina will be had to try and close a deal. Man United now working to sell Fred. Awesome. Yeah, that's a great update. Thank you, Rushmano. Yeah, hopefully there is a bid just on the horizon for Sofyan Amrabat, waiting to sell 1 or 2 more players in order to clear out some space in that midfield and generate some cash and also get some wages off of our books. And then we're going to pounce on Sofyan Amrabat. Goodfellas is awesome as well, isn't it? Yeah, definitely. You talking to me? Sorry, no, that's not Goodfellas. That's a taxi driver. What am I doing? Goodfellas is, I'm a funny guy? The fuck do you mean I'm a funny guy, huh? Funny how? Funny like a clown? Funny like I amuse you? The fuck do you mean I'm a funny guy? That's Goodfellas. Anyway. Right, Goodfellas is good, but Scarface is absolutely awesome. Say hello to my little friend, you filthy cockroach. Thank you, Jarvis's brilliant Andy Tate impression. Thank you, Jarvis. Appreciate you. A Barca style of play. David Moyes, you are the biggest fool in Manchester. Thank you very much, Stay Gold. Cheers, the hoop man. I don't know, Compost Smurf. I'm just on here, just improvising for you guys right now. You know what I'm saying? I've never seen Carlito's Way, actually. I've heard great things about it. That's one of those old classics I need to watch. They're making Bad Boys for Will Smith might come and slap us, says Vincent Bullock. Say hello to my little friend. Casino's a good one as well. Yeah, that's a banger, lad. Aliens. All right, anyway, guys, this is getting off a bit off kilter, isn't it? Oh, I should get Andy Tate on the channel. I know, I really should, mate. I have actually messaged him before. He left me on red, mate. So, give him a message. Tell him to come on the Flying Pig Show. Shawshank Redemption, back from the brink, says Shawshank Redemption's a great movie. Thank you, Kerwin Nixon, for subscribing to the channel. Okay, I'll have to watch that then. No, never seen that. Serpico says Apu. Leon's another good one. And Godfather movies are brilliant, lad. You come to me on the eve of my daughter's wedding, and you ask me to kill somebody for money. Slabby is Forrest Gump. Thank you, Mark N, for getting in here. Yeah, should watch that. Serpico. Godfather Part 1. Enemy of the State's a good one. Yeah, man. Will Smith. Carlito's Way's a great film pick. I'll have to watch it. I literally haven't seen that. It's on the list. Thank you, Don Gungshi and everybody else for the suggestions. And I'll get the Fantasy League up soon, lad. I'll get that soon. I'll get that up well soon. Don't worry. Forrest Gump 2. Gungshi Truth. Babe. I have watched Lost in Powers. I love him, man. For money. Right, guys. I'm basically going to wrap this up, yeah. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate you all for getting in here raw and having your say throughout the show. Absolute legends. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Andy Tate on the show would be great to have him on and talk United with that guy. Absolutely love that guy. David Moyes, you are the biggest fool in Manchester. I'd have to do my impression for him, wouldn't I? You might hate that though. I don't know. He got the job on a technicality of a legend who recommended you. You are nothing. You are a fool and you're a waste of time. Good night. A bastard style of play. Hey, good night, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm going to wrap it up there, but you have a great night, everybody. Stay classy. Thanks for watching. Thanks for all the support. Thanks for all the members for getting in. Thank you to all the super chatters like Zay Assi. Thank you to all the moderators like legends like Gungshi and Rushmano for all the updates as well, and the Hoopman, Primot, Vutinator, all the legends. Thank you so much for joining us and having your say throughout. All the chatters in the live chat as well. Much love to you all. Really appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming in and having your say and bantering. It has been a fun stream tonight, guys. See you later on, Slabbo Maguire. You're gone, son. Hopefully United accept the bid for Maguire. If they don't, they're smoking more crack than Zay Assi after Arsenal have lost another game. Do you know what I'm saying? Surely we've got to accept that offer for Harry Maguire very soon. And the McTominay deal should hopefully be on the agenda as well. Maybe we can raise a bit more cash. Maybe there's other teams that are interested that can push the price up for these two players as well. But let's get rid of these guys. Let's get them sold as soon as we possibly can. Come back after this video is finished. Have your say in the not live comment section. Come back afterwards. Get your thoughts and opinions in about anything we've discussed. Maguire, McTominay, David Moyes being a ginger goblin, etc. Come back and have your say. Also get your thoughts in about Sofyan Amrabat and anything else you want to have your say on. We'd love to hear from you. So come back afterwards. Thank you, Jarvis, and everybody else as well. Absolute true legends of the channel. Thank you so much to each and every one of you guys for being here. And it's been an absolute pleasure. Stay classy. You can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, and Kick at Flying Pig United. Check out the website, flyingpigunited.com. Also, check out the extra channel. Yes, nice one, the Hoop Man. Great moderating right there, lad. I'm going to pin that to the top of the live chat. Here is the extra channel, guys. Flying Pig United Extra. So Jams the Highlights is putting clips and stuff on there. It's an extras channel. Thank you, Travis. You have a good night. Good to see you back in here as well recently, bud. Stay classy, everyone. And thank you very much for being here. That's it from me. You've been watching the Flying Pig on Flying Pig United. Have a cracking evening, you legends. See you tomorrow. 26 retweets as well. Get in there, Vincent Bullock. Thank you, everyone, for retweeting the show also. That really does help out. And Piggy loves you. That's it from me. Have a good night. I'll see you tomorrow with the latest United news. Hopefully I get to say Harry Maguire to West Ham. Done and dusted. Very, very soon. I'm looking forward to that day, guys. It'll be party time when it happens. Let's just hope that United do not reject that bid, otherwise it's time to lose our shit, isn't it? See you later on, folks. Have a good night. Hey, Joe Tate and everyone. We're just finishing, but good to see you all. Thanks for watching. Thanks for getting in. Come back and have your say afterwards. Good night and God bless. And remember, when the seagulls follow the trawler, as this is because they think sardines will be thrown into the sea. Thank you very much.